Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Manelki, and today I just want to show you something that I've been working on for a little while. I'm currently GMing a game in Rifts, and as awesome as Roll20 is and all that kind of stuff, it's kind of leaving a lot to be desired as far as like little random bits of functionality are concerned. I had a little look at the combat matrix that you can find in the GM Master Guide or whatever, the GM Game Master Guide or whatever it's called. And I can't imagine myself sitting there writing out all these character names every time combat starts. I'd take forever. And just a couple of little things that I kind of wish I could do automatically. So I searched around the internet. I couldn't find anything like this. And maybe there's some app out there that does this kind of thing. Maybe there isn't. I don't know. I couldn't find anything. So I decided just to make one myself. I just kind of want to show you kind of what I've got so far. So basically, I made this thing in Google Drive. So it's basically just a custom combat matrix that kind of updates itself. It's got automatic. So I've got a little thing here, just kind of laid out. So basically, it's just a Google Drive sheet with a whole bunch of formulas plugged into it. So basically, when you start combat, all you have to do is type in, the names of your characters. I mean, your play characters you can kind of keep here, but let's say, let's say you've got a bunch of enemies. You want to add some more enemies. You can literally just type them in here. Let's say, I don't know, UAR1, right? And then he's got, say, 4 actions or whatever, 5, let's say 5 actions per melee, and you can put any initiative bonus. Let's say he's +2 on his initiative, right? And as you see down here, as we type this stuff in, it automatically sorts them. So what's happening is, well, let's say here, let's put their initiative rolls. Let's say Bob gets a 15, Jim gets a 13, Stacy gets a 15, the grunt gets a 7, and maybe an 8, 5, and a 9, whatever, right? So what it does is it takes this initiative roll and it adds whatever initiative bonus they have built in. So you can just kind of type that in when when you start this whole thing. Same thing with your NPCs here. So it's going to calculate the total initiative here, and then it's going to use this information to sort them all by initiative. So clearly you can see here when the combat starts, Bob is first because he's got the biggest initiative roll, right? And it just kind of cycles them down. And it also kind of creates this green sort of matrix to kind of show how many attacks in this melee they have left, right? So you see Bob's got 7 attacks for melee, so he's probably a juicer. So as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So when combat starts, you can kind of just like, okay, Bob takes a shot, so you can just kind of put a tick in there. That's his turn. Okay, now it's Stacy's turn. She takes a shot, whatever, right? Jim decides to go for like a called shot, so tick there kind of thing, and you can kind of easily keep track of everybody's moves. So that's kind of what I found. Maybe that, like I said, maybe there's an app out there that does this. I couldn't find one, so I just kind of made my own. So this is kind of how I've been doing it. It's really, really helpful. And then when one of them dies, right? Let's say, oh, they killed the enforcer, right? So you delete that, and you delete his initiative roll, and suddenly he's removed from this matrix down here. So something I've been finding pretty helpful. And also another thing I kind of came up with, just to sort of keep track of some more stuff. I made this little GM tool here, just to kind of keep track of some extra details that are kind of fun to keep track of. So it keeps track of the date and the time, mostly. So you see here, there's 3 buttons: plus day, plus month, plus hour. So you see here, we're starting Sunday, January 1st, 1:10 p.m. 11 a.m., right? And it's the daytime. So you can click day, and it'll keep cycling through the days, and that way you can kind of keep track of what's going on in the campaign. I always found it kind of neat to keep track of time. I think it adds depth to the campaign. That way you have a good idea of how much time has passed. I think it's kind of interesting. You can also click plus hour, and it'll keep track of the hour, and you can see it just changed to night because now we're at 6 p.m. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 p.m. And now you see here 12 p.m. double PPE draw from Nexus. So it's got the thing from the rule book plugged right in there. So the whole thing about you get extra PPE at like dawn or at midnight, and there's certain like the winter solstice and the autumn equinox or whatever, all that crap. It's all plugged in there. I actually went through the rule book because I'm a giant nerd, and I plugged all these dates and times in so that automatically tells you if you hit that certain time, hey, you get extra draw from the Nexus if you happen to be a line walker. So if there's a line walker in your party or whatever, it'll tell you there. Also, this totally figures on the winters being longer nights, and the days, or the summers being longer days and whatnot. So it actually, this whole day night cycle thing totally figures on that. So it takes into account the fact that the summer has longer days and the winter has longer nights, that kind of thing. So that's all figured in there. Down here you can see every time we click hours, see hours without rest. So every time you click an hour by on your party, it keeps track of how long it's been since they've rested. So you can kind of say, hey guys, it's been a little while. So, you know, if you think about it, the average human generally goes about 16 hours a day without rest, right? So about between, work and all that and your time at home. So you get to 16, it's all good. When you go over 16, it goes yellow, as you see here, which means they're starting to get fatigued. A couple hours fatigue. And then when you get to around 20, it goes red. And that's, at least in my opinion, your character's going to be fatigued. They're going to take penalties, right? So when it gets yellow, you kind of, hey guys, you guys are getting tired. And when it gets, red, it's like, okay, you need to sleep or you're taking penalties kind of thing. At least that's how I play it. And then when they do rest, you click rest and it resets that to 0. Now down here we have, you can keep track of their XP as well. So you can just type in the names here, like whatever. But we'll just put Bob because, Bob's in our example to the left. And anytime you want to add XP to Bob, you can just say, hey, like put 50 or 51 or hit enter and it'll add XP to Bob, or 96 XP for Jim or whatever. And you just keep adding it and it'll keep track of all the XP they have. And so you can totally easily, kind of tell whatever. I mean, you can click the button too, but it's the same as hitting enter or whatever. Anyway, so I find it a really, really helpful tool that helps me in my campaign. If you guys find that interesting, I might post a link. I have no idea. I want to post it to Google Drive, but I don't know how. I've been fooling around with Google Drive trying to figure all this stuff out. But if there's any interest, I might publish this. Let me know what you guys think. If this is something desirable or if this has already been done, I have no idea. But I couldn't find it, so I just kind of did it myself. Also, if the interest is there, I might actually just kind of build this Google Drive functionality right into this app here, just for the sake of, simplicity. But anyway, I just want to show you guys what I was up to. This is what I've been using for my campaign, and it seems to be helping a lot. So let me guys know what you think. If there's any interest in this, if there's any features you think I should add to this or whatever, let me know. But anyway, that's all I have for now. So thanks for watching. All right, guys, peace.